Hello, let's talk about Hearts of Iron DLCs. What is in which DLC and which are better or less good, or when you should buy which DLC. Because it depends a little bit on your playstyle. If you play only German and run over all the world, then some DLCs are better and then others, or it depends how you play. Let's start with the first DLC. In the wiki they have this line that they make two categories of DLCs. I think they consider this DLC as some kind of country pack. But in these two DLCs, you get new mechanics. Only Battle for Bosporus is where you only get new focus trees and some skins and yeah. Okay, the first DLC for Hearts of Iron ever was for Together for Victory. If you get the Commonwealth countries and alternative focus trees for the Commonwealth countries, in all paradox DLCs you have two parts, some paid features and a lot of free features. I only talk about pay feature because if you have don't have the DLC, you had got that anyway here. Genau, and you can do focus trees for the Commonwealth countries and alternative options for the dominions. For example, you can go fascist with South Africa or some stupid stuff like that, or you can do communist India. Yes, and the new autonomy system. Before this system, you was a puppet and you can't change it. With this system, you can change it. It depends on your war participation. Strange word. Or for example, if you send Lend-Lease to your overlord, if you small hint, if you send an attaché to, if you are India or some country, and you send an attaché to Great Britain, you get also a lot of autonomy, and you don't pay much for it, or don't pay anything, you get XP and autonomy, so always send a DLC to your, DLC, yes, of course, attaché to your master. Lend-Lease, you can ask for Lend-Lease, could be useful. Some one-player and multiplayer exploited this, improve relationships with all countries, and then ask all countries in the world for guns. In the end, they forbid this this to do. But you can ask countries for Lend-Lease, and sometimes they give you something. Spearhead is part of the battle plan. You can make this line movement, and for example, a tank spearhead. Or yes, if you don't have this, you can't don't have this part in the battle plan. Tech sharing is one part of the Commonwealth, so I don't consider this a real point because it's part of the Commonwealth mechanic. Yes, you get models for this, and some important thing, you get the voice for the units. So if the Germans say Achtung, or the Italians Avanti Avanti, or the Russians Gavai Gavai, if you don't have this DLC, they don't talk to you. So if your units are silent, you don't have this DLC. And the combat logs are interesting because you can see how your unit perform, how each battle was, how many casualties you got, which equipment you lost per attrition, which is destroyed, which equipment you captured. Very useful. Price-wise, this DLC, there is it. This is in euros, for 50 euros, 15 euros. Das mal. So, first DLC, next DLC, Death or Dishonor. This DLC is if you for the Southeast European countries, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Romania, and Hungary. You get focus trees for this, and you get the equipment conversion. This what you can, for example, if you have a Panzer Mark 4 and Panzer Mark 4.1. You can, or Mark 4B, in German they give them letters for the variants. You can upgrade the variant A to the variant B, or if you have a Spitfire, a new model Mark 2, Mark 3, you can upgrade your old models to the new models. It's only, or you can make Sherman to a Sturmgeschütz, wherever you want to do this. That's the upgrade mechanic. I don't think it's very useful. In some mods, you can convert all equipment to other variants. For example, one infantry guns 1 to 2, but in the normal game you can't do this. So this is could be useful, but really not very much. Licenses are very useful. You can build equipment where you don't have the technology, and you get a research bonus for just buying this license. In our multiplayer games, this was always very important, who take what and who sell who which license and something like that. Puppet system for the fascists. The allies, for example, the Commonwealth countries have their system with integrated puppet, colony, dominion, and free, and the fascists got their own system with Rice Protectorate and these eagle symbols. They get little bit more factories than the allies, but not really important. If you don't like these countries and don't interested in, I don't think you have much use of this DLC. The puppet mechanic for fascists, and it cost 10 euros. Next DLC, Waking the Tiger. That was the time where I started with Hearts of Iron. You get new focus tree for China, and alternative for Germany and Japan. So if you want to go communist with Japan or don't go with Nazi with Hitler, you can't do this with this DLC. These alternative focus trees are, in my opinion, not very useful. But we get the general abilities, for example, the infantry general and this kind of stuff. You get also the decisions. I don't really know if you, for example, the Netherlands come in, they get their own national decisions, or this is influenced by this DLC. But, for example, the better working conditions or so, or something or something like this will be behind this point. You can conquer enemy equipment, Beute equipment, Beute tanks, we call this in Germany. Beutepanzer. Yes, that's come with this. And the air volunteers. If you send volunteers, can't send air volunteers, you probably don't have this DLC or some problem. And the Chinese warlords. So if you don't really interested in China, this DLC is probably not. But the general traits, I think, is a must-have. And price-wise, 20 euros. And now all DLCs cost 20 euros. They have a lot of small DLCs. I will talk a little bit about them too. And these are not DLCs for Hearts of Iron, so don't be confused. Don't buy them if you won't play Hearts of Iron 4. And then think why I don't have something new. Wrong button. Next DLC was Man the Guns. Alternative focus tree for US and Great Britain. So if you don't like, if you make the US communist, then go for it. If you make Great Britain for some reason communist, then this is your tree. But that's I don't like the alternative focus tree so much. Ship Designer, that's the big feature of this DLC. Crates for generals, government in exile, only useful if you play democratic countries, but focus trees for Mexico and the Netherlands, navy mines, shipping routes control, so you can, without this DLC, your fleet, the convoys go across the Mediterranean and get killed by Italy. With this DLC, you can change this. Should be a base feature in the game, but yeah, the Navy treaty mechanic, but in my opinion, that's not very important because every country just leave the treaty. The amphibious tanks, nice, but you can use a normal tank in your amphibious division and have similar effects. Yeah. Yes, but for the general admiral traits and the ship designers, in my opinion, go for it. If you play US or Japan or UK, if you play Germany and just go east with your tank division, you don't really need a navy. Then, yeah. But can't play Germany all the time. You can, but yes. Then the next was La Resistance. So if you play France, you get alternative parts for France. If France is not in a bad situation enough, make it communist, make it much worse. Trees for Vichy France, for Free France and Vichy France. Trees for the Spanish Civil War reworked. Portugal, why not? The espionage system, the intelligence agency, that's more the key feature of this. If you play Axis, you can use this and make the collaboration governments. And if you make the allies, you can increase resistance. So, yes, you can do it. You can use both factions can use it. The Soviet Union can use it too in both ways. Armored cars, they are a little bit useless. The scout planes, you need this DLC to get the camera equipment now, because now you have the plane designer. If you don't have this DLC, you can't build scout planes. Or you can't build spy equipment in your whatever plane. So you need this DLC for this. Then I think Battle for Bosporus came. If you're not interested in one of these countries, don't buy it, because you get only these countries and models for them. And the tank models are... No, we have the tank designer now, so this don't care. But they are all stolen from the Chinese. They are so very... Sometimes I compared it some way. Like, all your tank models, your new tank models... are just Chinese models with another skin. Not funny. But now they have the tank designer, so that's... yeah, don't care. And let's talk about tank designer. No step back, the tank designer came. You get focus trees for the Soviet Union. In this DLC, they don't have two parts for paid and free feature. So I think the new focus trees are included, but the alternative parts are not in the free DLC. So you get alternative parts for the Soviet Union and Poland. The Baltic countries, you get, I think the tank designer is in the paid part, and the railway gun. As the tank designer, if you want to do anything with tanks, is funny. Railway guns, yes, they're nice, but that's not the reason to buy the DLC. The tank designer is it. Yes, very, very good, especially if you play Soviet Union or Germany or something, or build tanks. And the last DLC, No Step Back. By Blood Alone, the last DLC. Italian focus tree, Ethiopian focus tree, very important, the Swiss focus tree. The aircraft designer the metal system is nice. New models for the Swiss, of course. New music tracks, new plane models. Yes, if you do anything with planes, that's nice. If you play Italy, yes, why not? Then some other DLCs. Eastern Front plane pack. I don't really know, because you get plane skins when you buy the plane designer, and you don't really know if you pay double for the skins, because you get the skins if you have the designer. I must I will deactivate the DLC sometimes and check what you get with or without these DLCs. Eastern Front Music Pack, some songs, nice, but if you want some special music, you can also hear them on YouTube or something like that. The Armor Pack Simulator, you pay for the tank designer, and I don't really know if you don't get some skins in this. If you don't get more skins, I don't think so. So it's a little bit useless if you have the tank designer. Priest, of course, you need a priest. Without priest is useless. The Allied Speech Pack. That's the. I have another talk with Mr. Hitler and Peace in Our Time. The Allied leaders, Churchill, a lot of Churchill speaks, a lot of Stalin some Stalin speaks. They have a very nice music in these speeches, but yeah. I hope for the Axis speeches, but I don't think they ever came. I made one times a German replay, and I mixed some Axis speeches in it, and it wasn't long available on YouTube. Axis Armor Pack, similar, I don't really know. I made a video where I put all these units on the field. Two problems I don't really know, because with the tank design you get all these skins anyway, I think, and you don't see a lot of them anyway. So this, for example, is a Panzer Mark 1 chassis, so never will see this, because you have the Mark 2 chassis available at the start, and AA tanks, you never have enough in AA tanks in the division, so you can see them. Tank destroyers is similar. You never have enough tank destroyers in a division to show them on the as division icon. Artillery is possible. Sometimes I see some Sturm Tigers running around and crushing everything. That's possible. And Sabaton music, I like it, but if I want to hear it, I can hear it also on YouTube. And one problem with this, they don't have the rights or something like this for these songs. So if I recorded something with this in the background, would be cool, I got a copyright strike. So that's not really important, because I don't get any money anyway. But yes, bye. If I want to put some Sabaton in my Hearts of Iron videos, I can do it other ways. So, I hope this was useful. In next DLC video, I'll probably talk about Stellaris. If you're interested in Stellaris DLCs, just say and I will do it. Or I will talk about Hearts of Iron production, and then continue my guide series on this. Yes, we'll see. Bye bye.